Hello everyone, welcome back again. I am literally just trying to grab my link now to everything and then we're good. And you'll notice that the music is different because I got Sonic Mania on in the background. Let's just make sure I put up development here. I'm just posting like links now everywhere and then away we go. Hey everyone. Right, so we're just jumping in. Just developing stuff still, getting little bits and pieces done. Trying to remember where I was going with this. Ah, there we go. I need to put more rocks down here, and I also need to put grass along the edges and stuff. Average says, moody about noise snow. I started trying to make a small snippet of stop motion style animation, and actually, is it possible to have noise with snow with tracks characters leave? I think it is possible. Like, I know there's other things in Blender, like tutorials and stuff on how to make like footprints and things. You could easily do it through like texture and things like that as well, but it's not like I can definitively say, oh yeah, this is the best way to do it. It's a case of testing it out because of how many different ways there are to really like fix things up. Oh. I'm saying it's pretty... Oh! I'm not asking, I'm saying it is easy. Oh, fair enough then. Oh. Is that... Oh yeah, that's fine. So what I'm doing here is I'm deliberately streaming just the end, really, of like getting some of these scenery bits in place before I do like the rest of Snowed in Town, which is going to be over there. And then link it to Waterfall, but the thing is, like, this place is looking a bit crazy, so I need to just refine it a bit. Add some more detail. Let's just see, where did I put the grass here? Because there was a certain grass model that I had. It's the... Hey, John! So yeah, I got that. What I'm going to do here is use some of this grass. Yeah, the idea is just to show like this area coming to life a little bit more, primarily because it looks a little bit blocky at the moment because of how I've done it. Because I wanted to make it different to the previous version, because the previous version was using a lot of subdivisions. So it's like, I'll just do it how I've been doing everything else, and while it looks a little bit crazy and I'm not sure it looks as good, just adding the scenery will take away from everything else and really kind of distract me from how it looks a little bit. But yeah, we'll be adding the crystals in, and then I'll be going back and trying to do the color puzzle, I think it is. And some other stuff. Have you ever used Mixamo? No. But yeah, I hope I don't get copyrights for the Sonic music, because normally they're alright. It's looking awesome. I hope it will look better, you know, as we add more to this, because like I really want to like flesh this out. Because again, the platforms look a little bit boxy. Like, I'm going to be putting all this stuff around it, but the idea is like if you compare it to the screenshot, there's a lot more stuff going on. I've piled up snow here and there. Obviously, it's going to look better when there's crystals on that give it that lighting effect. Don't know what that's doing there. I'm going to have to do that as a rock texture or hide it somehow. But it's just basically populating the area with scenery to take away from small bits that look a little bit funny. And then it looks more natural. Because like if we go from here, that's not bad. Which we're going to be seeing anyway. We're not really going to be seeing a shot like this. And I'm not sure I'm going to be going down there other than like bouncing off here. and going down to like this level, so it's not too bad in terms of viewing, but it does need to look as natural as possible. Like I'm thinking of throwing more snow there and then putting some grass in the snow popping out. There's snow sands. So yeah. But the extra stuff definitely helps just distract from the simple fact of looking a little bit boxy right now. No. What I'll do is gonna get rid of that, and we'll start placing some of this other stuff. Like I figure if I place, there we go. If I do this and then do some of the snow dunes as well, then that'll be nice. Because like over here, for instance, this is kind of how I want to mess around with it. Like when you look here, the crystal actually adds a lot to the setup compared to not having crystal. So I think like I put a crystal over here, and then maybe another one like somewhere down at the bottom, or maybe up near the dog shrine, not the dog shrine, the dog house, and then we'll be good. I was tripping there for a moment. I'm like, dog shrine? Like, no, that's not right. Yeah, the idea is just to try and populate this with as much as possible, just so it looks decent. While not going totally overboard, because like there's a little bit of a give and take with scenery. Like it can look really good if you place it in the right areas and stuff like that. But the problem is if you go a little bit overboard with it, then it can look really bad. It's just like getting a very fine balance. There's all my buildings floating in the background because I haven't placed them yet. A lot of my my extra detail that I remade is like up in the air, basically. Quite literally. The stone texture looks stretched. Yeah, but we're not going to see it from like that angle, really. It is slightly stretched. But like, it's not too bad. Like, I can just about get away with that, basically. A lot of, like, sleight of hand and everything will help with that. It's just slightly stretched from where it was UV'd. Hang on. It's not too bad. Yeah, this is the kind of thing that you have to deal with when it comes to this kind of stuff, like, properly. Is how much can you get away with? That's not too bad. That's better than what it was. I don't know why it's UV'd like that. There we go, we'll leave it at that. I don't know why it's stretched there. Easy way to get rid of that, though. There we go. So I am. Hey, Joel. If you're into techno, Versus puts out free royalty good music. Oh, nice. Let's see. Crazy plot twist. As a pacifist ending approaches, stuff starts seeming a little off, and there's a drawing of Kara with the crossed out monsters. I mean, the genocide ending was done before. Blender doesn't have Wilderline textures. I'm not too sure. Dave make the game? No. What I'm doing is, if you're not familiar with this project, like, say, for instance, you've not been on the channel in like, a year or so, I've been making an Undertale animation. What happened was it started with a load of other different animations that I did to celebrate streaming. And then the Undertale one is going to be the last one. And it's the biggest one as well. And I kind of, instead of making it into a very small kind of, like, condensed animation project, it kind of turned out into a movie. So I've been making a movie for like a year or so now. It's more than a year actually, but yeah. Gonna Make a World Breaker isn't new to the channel, but they've just not been around in a while. Right, so we got that there. Let's see. If I do this over here. What I've not got to do is go crazy with these long sections of grass. Like, if I try and blend them in here, it won't be too bad. The crazy thing is, once I'm done with this, I'm going to do like all the background and everything, which is going to be fun. And then I've obviously got to do whatever's on the floor, because there's some floor stuff as well. So there's still detailing to go, but it's not as bad as previous. Can't wait for it to go for some good renders to come out, so I can do an outdated RTX versus off-styled meme. Working corn took my soul, says Gonna Make a World Breaker. Oh, speaking of crazy stuff, like with this, I can't wait like for later on, because I have been grinding so hard at this that that literally I started getting cramp. It's really bad. Like, I've been burning the candle at both ends to the point where I've been getting terrible cramp in like my legs and my toes and everything because of me staying up so late, and then also having tons of caffeine. And yeah, it's nuts. I've been getting away with like, I'm trying to think of how many hours. I think it's like between 5 and 6 hours sleep per day, which doesn't sound too much, like too bad. But when you add that all up, it's pretty crazy. So yeah, it's been nuts to kind of like grind away like mad. So I'm hoping that eventually, when all of this is done, it'll be fun, because then I can actually like stop suffering for the sake of getting this done before Christmas. Are you gonna add the little house in the distance? Yes! I want to add as much detail as possible, so the little house in the distance will be there. What I plan on doing is I'm actually thinking of adding Undertale Yellow's map in as like a very low detail thing that goes off into the distance, so it'll be basically like the Honeydew Resort in the distance. That would be pretty cool, at least. Because this already technically crosses over with Yellow, because I've already done that in like certain parts, so it's like it's gonna be good having those little details around and seeing what people say about them. Just gonna put this over here. So yeah, the idea is to just like plant these bits of grass all over the place, just to make it look a little bit more natural, like with the rocks. Then we're going to put the bushes in and the crystals, and then after that it's just some other scenery just to get the rest of this done. What's actually pretty fun is that because of it being all pretty nicely like low poly, you can actually see most of Snowdon from here. You can literally just like go all the way from one end to the other in one render, which is just nuts. There's all the sonic spikes for that bit there. But yeah, you can go from one end to the other now. It's pretty cool. I'm going to show that off properly. But yeah. Joel says, in the genocide route, I think Alphys and the evacuated monsters are dead because Flowey killed them. I don't know, because it implies that she's actually just hiding in the lab. Like the true lab. Which just makes sense, because it's the only area in the underground where people, not many people know of it. Just chilling, watching Godzilla 2000s is going to make a world breaker. Oh, nice. So if I do that there. Zilla's Godzilla 98. If you're going specifics. Because 98 was when that came out. Zilla is mid. I actually don't mind 98 Zilla. It's not too bad. It's not an actual Godzilla film of sorts, but it's not too bad. There isn't a 2000s US Godzilla. Huh. Yeah, the TriStar Godzilla. Just put this stuff kind of here. I love the way I'm doing details that, again, I've said before, I don't think people are going to see, but it's just like, a lot of people have had this problem with me in the past where they've been like, dude, do you really need to do that? And I'm like, well, technically no, but if it ends up in camera shot, then it would be nice if I actually had it available, you know? So I'm kind of going overboard, basically. I need to put 2 sets of grass there, so we'll grab the grass from here, and we'll just reuse that down there. I love the way, like, previously there was like 11 or 12 million triangles in the last version of this, and it's nowhere near now. We did get an amazing cartoon. Yes, Zilla the movie was great in the fact that it spawned the animated series, which is fantastic. And that was out roundabout roughly, or no, sorry, it was by the same company that did, I think, the Boondocks, but they also did the Extreme Ghostbusters series, and they also did Men in Black the series as well. Those were both really good. Maybe make a trade-off, halving the grass amount, but making it volumetric. I like this. Like, honestly, it's not too bad. Do that. Was it the same guys that did Evolution? I think. Yeah, it's the same style. If I remember rightly, the same company did all of that. But it was really, really nice. Ooh. Like, that company just does a lot of really good animation. Just gonna throw one of these grass chunks just like around here a little bit, and then we'll just start throwing extra snow dunes in, and then after that is when we'll put like the crystal stuff in. So the idea is just to like splatter a little bit of foliage around. I just remembered I need to do the bushes as well, but this isn't looking too bad now. Looks a lot more natural. This is not a fan game project, this is a fan movie. I'm making a 3D movie of Undertale. With a little bit of an AU twist. Well, let's duplicate linked. I don't really hate billboards that much. I just don't like the idea of grass rotating. I get the idea. The thing is, it's like I'm basically just sort of being like, I'm not too bad with it. It's not too much of a big of a deal for me, you know, visually, so it's like, it's whatever. I could be, like, really crazy about it if I wanted to, but it's just like, nah, I'm just kind of chilling. Right, now for this, what I think I'm going to do is, because that is where we have the ice puzzle, I'm going to put in, would it be possible to import this into a TF2 map? I can import it if I wanted to like multiple things. Like a lot of people have asked me, can I do it like VR chat and stuff? I have yet to decide on what I'm going to do with it after I'm done with doing it as an animation. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I know some people have said like I should make a fan game out of it as well, but that would be crazy. Just like remake all of Undertale. I don't think Toby would take too kindly to me remaking all of his work, but in like full 3D. I have a feeling he'd be like, wait a minute, what? Let's do this a little bit. The idea being that I can like spot these around the place. We'll just do that. The whole thing for the crystals is it's another excuse for me to bring light into the area. A little bit naturally of sorts. Like that there brought a lot of life into it, so if I do like another one of those down here or something. Glad your Wi-Fi is sorted. Where's the grass from? It's from Dark Souls. Immersiontale, my YouTube recommendations? Hello! You can't stop it, only delay it. The moment the map files are out, I will do it. See, that's the thing, like, again, I don't know whether I will or won't. I'm just kind of, like, sat here waiting on it, just like, you know what, maybe. I'm just kind of mulling around with the idea at this point. Like, ideally, I want people to be able to, like, in an ideal situation, I want people to get as much as possible out of this. But at the same time, it's like, it's totally on me whether I do that or not. I wonder if I can put that under there and make that... The problem is that looks like the... if I put that in there... It's not too bad. And then we'll do like one more down here, because it's a big area, so... Ask Toby. Oh yeah, no, I want to, I've made it kind of like the map at the moment, where it goes in a little bit there, you know, like where the detail is for like the sprite work. But I also do want the sort of like imprint from where Frisk falls. What I might do is put the next crystal like over here. I like hiding them in between like rock formations and foliage because it just looks natural. Oh, let's try. Because a lot of this is like, I could just place the scenery everywhere and not really care about where it's placed, but having it placed in the right location is actually really nice for just making it look pretty nice. Like, automatically my eyes are taken away from some of the blockiness now by just the way that this looks. I'm going to add a little bit more foliage to the ramps here. And then I'm going to add the bushes, and then that should be, like, it, apart from the ice, which is going to get, like, its own separate thing here. Funny thing is, I need to import that ice from another area that I'm going to do now. Thing is, I've got it already, I just need the setup. Let's try. I'm thinking that one's probably going to be better. You'll see what I mean in a moment, because I'm literally taking like stuff from Fortnite here and using it. That's how crazy this is. Right, so we go File, Export. People will be like, wait a minute, what do you mean Fortnite? It's like, yeah, I'm using rock formations from Fortnite for ice. Because that was available to me. Like, anything at this point that I can get my hands on, I'm just like, yeah, I'm grabbing it and using it. What's the weirdest source you've taken from? Are you using Eevee or Cycles? I'm using Eevee. I'm literally using Eevee. Because I like it. Cycles just takes forever to render. But yeah, as for... the whole deal with like what's the craziest asset I've used. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Like I've used a lot of different things. Like up in here we've got a mix of like Sonic 06 textures with like bought assets here for like the crystals and the rocks and stuff, and then Dark Souls grass, and then Miku Project Diva trees, which looks crazy. And then with the bushes. Back here, there's like some Gmod style Sentry Station, I think it is, or MMD Station. I need to actually retexture those. I will be doing later on, and I've got a 3D version of the dog symbol there, so that'll be fun to do. There's like Zelda signs that I keep retexturing. And then where's some of the other stuff here that's bought? Redone Metaton that I did myself. Some more stuff. It's strange how like a mixture of like Zelda, Mario, and Sonic assets for the most part have gone into this, and they actually look pretty decent. Trying to see if there's anything else that's crazy around here. I don't think there is right now. Cycles IMO is too heavy. It fried my PC when I tried using it. Yeah, the thing is, I talk to a lot of people that use Cycles, and while they do recommend it because it's good at what it does, it's just the whole thing of like, I prefer Eevee because I work a lot with like real-time stuff anyway, with like modding video games and things. So it's just, for me personally, it's an easy thing to just sort of get into and be like, oh, okay, I just do this. And it works. And then the only thing that's really crazy with with Eevee, is just getting the lighting set up right and kind of getting it to the point where it kind of looks good. But yeah, I need to redo, not so much the lighting, but in some areas I need to redo some of the details and stuff, primarily because Eevee just hates me in certain areas because of how many lights I've used. Because I've been using lights for like all kinds of tricks in like different locations. And Eevee right now is just like, dude, just stop. You know. Why do people use Source Filmmaker over Blender? I think it might be primarily just because they get used to it. Like, you get used to a certain thing for ages, and then you don't really want to, like, move away from it, you know? You get used to it, and you're just like, dude, why should I bother when I can just use Source Filmmaker? Especially when all the assets are already there, and they all have, like, all the shaders set up from, like, somebody else who's made the models. You know, that's pretty easy compared to coming in and being like, okay, I gotta set up all the lighting, all the shaders, everything else. Instead, you can just be like, yeah, it's all done for me, you know. It might be worth it, but if somebody's already, like, set on using Source Filmmaker, it's not bad. It's just the whole thing of, like, clearly they want to do their own thing, you know. Like this now, the shadows are too heavy on the rock. Like, those rock faces, I need to put, like, better lights on them, which I will do eventually. I've not even done the proper lighting with this, really, because it's all just kind of, like, chilling out until I do, like, ambient lights that actually help out, you know. Oh. Let's just put that there and see what happens. What is up with the 50 billion channels that have springed up lately and the content is just shorts of cloth simulations? I had no clue. Let's place a couple more of these grass planes around. What I'm trying to do as well with this is get some variation in height, which I really like because it makes it better. Like, when I show this off, I'll be, like, properly as a demo, I'll be showing the before and after kind of thing. The first version that I did looks absolutely terrible compared to this now, and I'm not even done with this. You know, like, this one looks so much nicer than the other version that I had. The other version is just like, so, do you just want everything to be, like, flat? Like, it's definitely been worth redoing. It's just, it's painful as well, having to redo something that you've already done and just be like, oh. Right, if I put this over, like, there on the other side. It's gonna be fun fighting a greater dog in this area. Do-do-do-do-do. So that's not too bad there. And then I'll put like some rocks in here. And then we do the bushes and stuff, and we should be good. Ooh. The idea is I wanted Snowden to kind of be a lot more natural than it was previously. We'll put that that Fortnite asset down in a sec as well, just to get the placement on it and the material. Gotcha, you said fighting would be fun. Are we gonna have Artorias style boss fight? What I meant by that is that the whole thing of, like, I'm honestly not planning on making this into a game. It's just gonna be fun because I have to animate it as if, you know, it's like the proper boss fight from the game. Because that's one thing that I like trying to do with the animation, is keep it as faithful as possible. So, like, it's gonna be crazy trying to animate it like the game is. The thing is, I've had to, like, really scale up some of this. Like, you can see the scale of the area compared to Frisk. There has to be extra room for Frisk to move around, realistically. So it's going to be crazy having, like, Frisk running around here and having, like, extra room because of how big Greater Dog is. Still going to feel a little bit claustrophobic, to be honest, compared to some of the other platforms, like back here. Oh, so it's not... what I do like is the fact that I can place all these snow dunes all over the place, and that just looks fine. You know, all these snow dunes just build up and look like all the snows started building up around the edges of the, you know, the rock and stuff. And then once you've slowly, like, built up all the scenery detail, it just looks real nice. Like, I'm a lot happier with this now in this sort of format, or rather this setup than the one that I posted on the Discord, like, a couple of hours ago, or last night, I think it was, when I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna scenery past this and see what happens. Now I'm like, okay, I'm a lot happier, you know. Gotta have more grass and weeds. Damon says, I know, I was kidding, honestly. But it looks awesome. The difference between when you started to watching now is crazy. Oh yeah, no, I wasn't taking any offense, Damon. But yeah, the difference between when I started was when I started this project, I was literally first kind of getting into Blender. So I was just kind of messing around with it and seeing what I could do. And over the course of like a year, it's a case of like messing around with materials, learning the material system more, and then messing around with a bunch of other stuff in it, and just slowly getting the right assets that I need, and then making up all the areas and everything how I really want them to look. One thing that I think I've got a little bit better at is lighting, because like lighting is so important. And you can see how, like, even in the beginning of the project, I was, like, really kind of, like, trying to hone in on what lighting I would use. And then, like, over the course of the project, the lighting has just improved everything. It's pretty nuts. The doghouse is looking so cool. I love the remade doghouse. I don't like the snow, though. Looks too homogenous. I mean, it's going to look flat, not flat. It's going to look a little bit more bumpy with me putting the snow dunes on, because I've got to put a lot more of them in here. The reason why I'm waiting, primarily, is because I need to add this new scenery, whereas Fortnite Ice. So what I need to do is add this ice in, because then we do the snow puzzle here, which is going to be crazy. Where's the FPX for it? The reason why I use these things from Fortnite is just because it's a lot easier for larger surface areas. Where is it? That moment you can just see all of Snowdon from up here. It is pretty nuts, the amount of detail that I've been doing here. Where's the next one? It's that one. Ah, there we go. The one thing that's like bigger than the entire level. Probably higher poly count than like half of it. You should make a video when you're done reacting to the old version. Oh, definitely. You know, because like, no joke, when I look back at the old one now, I'm just like, dude, that looks terrible compared to everything that I've done since. It's nuts. You can add dynamic snow for your animation later. Your characters are moving around, the snow deforms around the legs. I'd like to try. Waterfall's done, yeah. Waterfall's been done for quite some time. What happened was, originally I showed stuff off, and it was just like, basically everything lifted from like the easiest places. to get stuff. So it's like source filmmaker, Gmod, stuff like that. And then what ended up happening was when I lifted that stuff and it didn't look that good, I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and remake it, especially because I needed Heartland. So when I started doing stuff with Heartland kind of like set the bar, and then immediately I was like, okay, I'll redo the ruins, and also I'll do New Home because I need New Home, and I'll do Waterfall in the same style. And then after Waterfall, that's when I was like, okay, now I need to do this. I need to put something there to hide that, maybe like a giant bit, or maybe I just like, maybe I stop being crazy and just lower that a bit, because we can still do the puzzle here. I just need to shift this around a little bit. What I'll do is add like a couple more ice sheets here, just to make this better. But what we need here is the ice ice material. Buy them. That looks pretty nice. Don't know why all of a sudden though that's dropped, like it's dropped a little bit of the frame rate. Why is it doing 25 frames when it should be 30? Oh wait, this is weird. Like no matter what I do, the frame rate keeps going. Whoa, 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 whoa! Why is the frame rate 19, 20? What? I don't quite understand that because it shouldn't do that. It's been 30 consistently all the way through. So when I look that way, it's like 21. When I look this way, it's 30. So it's something over there that I've done recently. Right, time to check everything. How many of these are geometry nodes and how many are not? That's fine. Ah, that's where it is. Convert to mesh. I've done slow simulation. I've been using Blender for like 2 hours. Oh, fair enough. I was like your graphics card. No, what it is it'll be optimization on certain assets. Like, for instance, because I've been using all of these nodes to generate all this stuff randomly, sometimes what will happen is geometry nodes will just turn around and be like, so anyway, just do us a favor, make sure that we're actually physical models in the area and not just nodes, because lots of nodes and arrays and stuff can really start taxing you. That's why I'm trying to check all of these assets now. Like, snow and other things is going to be crazy in terms of like adding that on top of stuff to make it look even better, but it might also be the fact that I brought in that asset and it was, say, a bit high. 22 when I look back that way, so let's slowly make our way back this way. The thing is, it's not too bad as well, because I can literally delete like half the level now if I want. And that'll make it fine. Sounds crazy, because it's like, dude, you're deleting half the level, how can that make it fine? But it's like, the idea is I'm not going to render everything on screen, because that would make me an absolute madman. Just doing this strategically is going to be good. I need to figure out, those aren't arrays, that's fine. If I've got any arrays or geometry nodes that are not finalized, that's when I start getting into problems. This is where I start having issues on like other levels and things, because previously this had, there we go, that's an issue. That moment where I'm essentially bug testing all of my my assets here to find out what's good and what's not. Like, for instance, if I want, I can split Snowden in two now, and it'll be good. I think the rest of this should be fine now. That's 23 from there, but like, if I go all the way back here, you can see it's slowly going up. 26, 25. It might just be because it's rendering all of... There we go, we get 30 up to there, which I was getting anyway. That's like all the beginning. And then if we go from there... We're getting 28 there. Right, where is it? 26, 24. That, I know that's because of some of the snow dunes there, but that's fine. That's not too bad. I think it might be partly the extra lights and stuff that are all rendering at the same time. Which is fine. So what I need now is a little bit of help from some other ice shards here. I'm going to need to import them. File, import. I just realized as well what I can do is I can take all the stuff that I'm not using at the moment and clean them up. That should help. We do this. Delete all of that. Take these. Where's the material on them? Take that, and take that, because we've got ice chunks here. And then we're going to do File, Export, FBX, Fortnite, Chapter. There we go. Mesh, selected objects, export that. Right, what I can do here is go File, Cleanup, Recursive Unused. That should help speed things up a little bit. Just a little. Still getting 23 when we look all the way back there, but it's fine. Now what we need to do here is import that new ice. So we go FBX 4. That imports 3 new ice models. And these are all shards. And then what I can do is bring those shards down here. That Dan is a good show. Yeah, I saw like a little bit of it the other day on YouTube. It looked a bit crazy, but it's all good. I just realized the original version of this, I think, ran at like 2 frames per second. So yeah, at least it's better than that. The humor is kind of ass, but the animation is solid. That's fair. Right, what I can do here is take these bits of ice and just go ice material, ice material, ice material. 2 FPS is still pretty good. No, it really isn't. Like the 2 FPS was terrible. Like I did not like that version of this. That was the really old and really bad one. The idea is to try and make this look as though it's broken up a little bit. Maybe not that piece there. Okay, there we go. The problem is, that just dropped again. I saw it then, where was it? There you go, we got 25 there, and then 21 there. I think it might be because of the, Dude, is it because of the ice material? It might actually be the ice material itself. Cracked ice is smooth. Yeah, I got that from another tutorial. Looks real nice, though. It might be because I've got 3 instances of the ice material. Like, if I put this down here, like that, right? Slightly shrink that, and then we see how many frames I'm getting there. 25. Yeah, we're getting less. It's the ice. It's the ice material, because the ice material is so complex. At least now I know that. I really wanted a good ice material, though. That was the thing, so... Right, we'll go with that for there. At least now I know I can, like... Because from here, because you don't see anything really past there, I can delete the rest of the level and just have this on show. But I still need, like, the surroundings, which I think I'm going to fake. I just love how the town is, like, up there floating randomly. What I'm going to do now is do the bushes. Because I always need like a couple of these bushes here and there, just dotted all over the place. Funny thing is, this time I've actually scaled everything up as well, so that's not too bad compared to previously where I didn't. I was just like, oh no, this sucks. Okay, let's put that like there, maybe? I like breaking up some of this foliage by putting the bushes in here, so it's not too bad. And then I'm going to put the snow dunes in here as well. I think I'll work like that where I've actually got frames compared to like not having frames. But yeah, the idea is to try and sell this as much as possible. That it's an area populated by ice and snow and everything else without actually going too crazy with the polygon count. That's why I can get away with quite a lot of stuff. Let's just rotate that. I think we'll put the last bush on this route. Maybe over here? And that kind of helps with those little details. And then take that and just start putting these bushes down here, and then we'll do the puzzle as well. That puzzle results in Frisk falling down here. We're gonna have them bounce off like this bit, roll, and then go on to the bit where Snow Sands and Snow Papyrus are. I really do like the way the blue crystals light up most of the area quite nicely. Like you can see the ambient glow here, and that looks pretty nice. It also picks up on some of the snow, but you can see like little bits of the snow getting a little bit of lighting in it. It's actually cool. It's got a lot of depth when it doesn't have like flat lighting to it. Like we can see it a little bit more there piled up. It's crazy. It just needs a little bit better lighting to really bring that out. And again, this is the whole thing of like, I don't need to place these things in certain areas like this. Particularly, it's just me going overkill just in case these are in camera shot. You know. Because the thing is, I can't risk stuff being out of camera shot. Just in case I'm like, oh yeah, I just look at it from this way. And then, be like, oh, there's a cool bush there, Like now, from that angle, that looks pretty nice. That looks kind of natural, even though the formation isn't. It kind of just looks nice with all the foliage and trees dotted around and everything. It looks a lot better. Now all I need to do is do the freaking snow dunes. The snow dunes are the best bit, and you can see why it takes me so long, even with like nodes to place all this by hand. Because like I'm essentially just looking at this and going, you know what, this would look nice here, this would look nice here, and kind of building everything up by hand slowly. Excuse me. But it's that whole thing of choosing where I put all this stuff. Like, for instance, I've kind of got into this whole deal. Thank you very much, Damon. I've got into this whole deal of trying to, like, place grass under trees just to make that look a little bit natural. And then, like, a little bit here and there alongside the edges of the platforms just to make them look a little bit less sort of blocky. Because your eyes are drawn to the scenery, and I feel like it helps a lot. Hope the cold atmosphere isn't giving you an IRL cold. No. Yeah, it like having scenery on this helps a lot with like drawing your eye away from the fact that there's like a couple of jagged edges here and it's not exactly perfect because it's not like super high poly or whatever. It's like just a couple of bits of snow everywhere starts building up like this and really helping. But then it just helps even more when you've got like the rocks placed, the grass placed. It starts looking a little bit more natural. And then of course, then as you like build that up over the course of the platform, that's when it starts looking its best. Like before, I posted in Discord, and none of this stuff was really on outside of like the trees. And even then, I was like maybe planting a couple more trees here and there, and it just looked like ass. I was just like, oh no, this sucks. But just like slowly building it up like this has been really nice. Especially because it's the final platform before Snowdin Town. Which I mentioned I wanted to get to Snowdin Town before next week. So, it's just nice to be able to actually be on track. With being done more or less with Snowdin, probably within the next week, tops. And then after that, then it's the final area for modeling for the main section of Undertale, and that's literally the connecting bridge between the core and Hotland. And then once that's been done, then the stuff that's left over is just stuff like the ending credits, in full 3D. There you go, let's hide that there. It's fun because I can do this in this mode and just like build up the snow here and make it all look natural. I agree, I love the sides of the rock poking through the snow. I'm trying to make it look like as natural and good looking while not going crazy with the poly count as possible. What I need to do is add snow at certain points in this, though, to reflect the actual in-game ver. Because it's like, oh, why doesn't Frisk just walk around? And it's like, because there's a snow puzzle that we need to do. I might actually deliberately bring that forwards, because then it means that, yeah, you can't really... Maybe roots going out the sides of the cliff. Potentially. The thing is, it's like, even though it's a good idea, it's just like, will anyone see that? I know it sounds stupid considering I was mentioning about the other stuff and being like, yeah, I'm not sure whether somebody will do it, but I'll still do it anyway just in case for the shot. Oh, but we'll see. That should be fine there. If I just like... I know I said I wouldn't do this because the complication that comes with this shader, but... hopefully, that won't be too bad. If I just, like, do that so people don't recognize that from above. But yeah, what we'll do is we'll finish off this area, hopefully tonight. Because all I really need to do now is the snow dunes. Because this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to put snow in these areas so that it reflects that. So if I just take that as a screenshot. Oh, I just realized you can't see it properly on the stream. Hang on. So what it is it's a puzzle, but I need to make the ice reflect the puzzle. There it is. This puzzle here, that goes through the trees into the next area. I just need to reflect that on the actual ice itself by having snow built up where all of these are. The idea is that when you hit the snow, you slow down. Fabio says, if it gets popular enough, also You're all sorts of sticklers about every nitty-bitty detail in the OG game. How much of a stickler are you yourself? I like trying to get all of this as close as possible. So, yeah. I understand I will get people that are basically just, like, nitpicking it. But I am trying to get it as close as I can. It's going to be interesting. You know. The thing is, I'm hoping people don't focus on any negatives and instead focus on the positives from this. You know. That's the nicest way I could look at it. Right, so we got... Because I know the easiest one to describe in terms of, like, what I don't want, and this is going to sound like I'm throwing shade when I'm not, or at least not intentionally, I don't want a glitch tail situation. That's, like, the one thing I don't want. I just want people to enjoy it. Like, from my perspective, I'm making this animation not because it's for any, like, glory or anything else. I'm not doing it for attention. I'm doing it because I like the game, and I like it that much that I'm like, you know what? I'd like to see what it's like in 3D. I don't want a glitch tail situation where everyone's, like, literally just... There's so much drama surrounding it that I'm just like, oh no. Oh no. In terms of what's happened with Glitchtail, the creator has come out as, or rather has found out to be pretty nasty when it comes to certain things. There's a lot of, like, accusations going around and stuff, and it's kind of soured a lot of the community interaction. It's like, I'd say it's the creator's own doing because of them not particularly, like, being the nicest person. But then again, that's all now focused on, you know, around the creator, and it's soured the rest of the project. But then again, it's like, Glitchtail itself is kind of confusing because it's one of those things where it's like, you watch it at the beginning when you don't know anything about, you know, Undertale or whatever, and it's like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. And then when you start slowly putting together all the logic behind it, like, a lot of it doesn't make sense. It's crazy. It's like, it's interesting, but it's not something that's amazing. Too run-of-the-mill for these days. Yeah, it's weird and uncomfortable how so many creators are like that, you know, where it's like you find out something about them and then all of a sudden it, like, sours the entire project. Because it was the same for, I think, what was it, Undertale Bits and Pieces had something similar as well, where it's just like, oh no, you know, that was a mess. What's this? So I'm making, for those who are just coming in now, I'm literally making a 3D animation movie for Undertale. I've been doing it for, like, about a year now because I like it. And yeah, we're just making Snowden. I'm, like, really close to just animating it all. I've been making all the assets and everything for, like, a year. I could put the trailer on, but the trailer's ancient now compared to this. I'm just, like, literally doing Snowden. Because the previous version of Snowden looked like complete ass. So, I'm just, like, redoing it now. Put the trailer on. No, the trailer's ancient. It's like the trailer's a year and a month old, I think. It looks terrible. Let's see. There's been quite some time without, like, just animations, like, actually of Undertale. Like, in terms of animation, the only one that I can think of that's left is probably Underverse. Like, I think there's maybe some, like, smaller animations. I know there was one for, like, a webcomic for the first Soul or something that was done. That was pretty cool. But yeah, apart from that, like, the whole point of this project, apart from, like, just because I love the game, and it was like my first time playing it, and I'm just like, oh great, I'll make something to show that. Was the fact that I wanted to make an animation where it showed off the underground with a lot more characters and stuff. Like at the point of doing all of this, like doing this stream, I've got like 68 out of the 100 and I think it's 130 monsters that are in the cast totally throughout the entire game. I've got 68 of them, and practically, I think about, trying to remember how many of them are actually voiced. I know it's over 30 actually have like full voice acting done. So it's pretty crazy. What I need to do here is make a new snow dune model. We'll just do... I could reuse one of the Snowpuff models, but we're not going to do that. My whole idea for the background is potentially to do a lot of it in 2D as well. And then bring it in. But yeah, the whole thing was when I was watching animations, like fan animations, I was enjoying them, but I was getting a bit upset with the simple fact of the underground seemed to be very, very empty. Because a lot of the animations that you see on YouTube are very old now. It's like, oh, it's because they didn't have access to the models. You know, so a lot of this has been like me commissioning people to make models and things of like different characters. Like I've got so many of the cast just modeled now. It's really nice. It's just actually really nice that we've got so much help from different parts of the community as well. What I can do is, for anyone that's just come in, instead of showing the trailer, I could always show off one of the other bits for it. Like if anyone's interested, that is. Hey Sky! I just thought of one that I can show off, because I can show off the smaller how we got here thing. So Moody says Sky. Sky, did you get that Exodia? The amplified Exodia? Is this for a game? Totally. It's totally for a game. I know a lot of people ask that. It's like, dude, this looks awesome. I saw it, yes. What do you think about that Exodia? Because I saw it the other day and I was like, that looks pretty cool. And then when I thought about it a bit more, I was like, I need to show Sky. Sky will like that. Looks fire. Yeah, it's like the Digimon amplified stuff. Looks real good. Right, let's place these in the correct locations. But yeah, for anyone that's like hanging around and is slightly new to this, I can, if you want, I can show you the like, how we got here to this point kind of thing. And it'll show off some of the other parts of the project as well. Hey Sailor, how you doing? Long time no see, hope you're okay. Let's just put this over here. The thing is, now with this, that's not really going to work too well. It's just like, maybe, maybe not. I'll put that there. And that one is going to need to be here. That moment where I'm going for like placement of snow in all the correct locations. And then if I put that one roughly about there. And then the last one. Oh crap. The last one is... It's about in line with that. We'll do that. I'll actually make the last one just a tiny bit bigger. But yeah, I imagine, going off the talk from before, I'm probably going to get people nitpicking this like mad. Dude, this doesn't look exactly like this. It's like, oh no. Again, I'm just hoping people enjoy this, you know. That actually does look alright with the snow like that now as well. It's not too bad. The only problem is I can see the frame rate dropping. That's the worst part, is because of the ice there. The frame rate is stuttering like mad, but at least it's better than like the 2 frames per second that the old one had. That looks nothing like Seraph. Dude, remember when I did my Seraph model? Like ages ago? That thing was like 50,000 polys or something crazy. The entire source art for it was, I think, like 5 million polys. That's still, I think, one of the best models I've done. Only purely because how it came out. Like, I would have loved to have done the rest of that. As in, like, all of the other models at similar quality. Because that's kind of what I was aiming for. The problem with that was just, like, getting all those parts done was taking forever. Even when I was, like, speeding stuff up, it was taking forever. That moment where you're essentially making, like, an entire game's worth of parts. It's like, it's okay, it's fine. It's no big deal. But yeah, that was by far the best thing I've ever modeled. Like, I was really happy with that as well. The problem was when I put it in Unreal Engine and it didn't like the fact that the textures were PNGs. Because it would make everything look like ass, basically. I had to, like, re-import the textures so many times. I should be getting Stormer or Evo tomorrow Monday. I'm excited to have Hero Factory character, says Damon. I literally have not known anything from Hero Factory outside of like a small video that I've seen on YouTube that mentioned everything from like Chris Faber. The ice looks like frozen water. Isn't that what ice is? I know that's what ice is. Dude, I should put that in the update, you know, for like the when I eventually do this. Just the readout, that would be so funny. Everyone in the audience would be like, what? Just make it from scratch again. I still have the files for it, Sky. I have all the files for that project still on an external drive. I just can't use any of them because they're all in 3ds Max format. They're all in 3ds format and I use Blender now, so... Because the whole problem, the whole reason I used not Blender, 3ds for years was because one, it was an industry standard tool that people were training with in university. And then the other deal was just, it's because I was using it for Halo at the time. Because Halo modding was done with it as well. Oh, dude, that reminds me. November the 9th. Like, I need to do a video on this because November the 9th is going to be crazy. Where are we in this OST? Oh, there we go. November the 9th is going to be crazy because, like, they're releasing the old Halo 2 E3 build from 2003. The one that, if you're familiar with Halo, the one that... you know, everybody wants to play, that nobody's been able to get hold of. Basically, they found an Xbox with it on and started working on it a while back. And it's basically like, you know, the, if you noticed over, like, the past, I think year or so, they released, the Halo 1 beta asset. So it's basically that, but Halo 2. But the difference is that the Halo 2 assets are legendary. You know, compared to Halo 1's assets, so it's gonna be nuts. Like, no joke, everyone and their mum will probably be playing that. I guess the stream is gonna be more relatable to me than I was actually thinking, says Cold Zero. Thank you very much. I do like modding stuff. But yeah, what I'll do is, because there's more people coming in that like Undertale and don't know what's going on, I'll put on, like, one of the videos in the background. Hopefully it won't dox me as well because of YouTube adverts. YouTube just recommended me this stream. Ah, nice. So what's going on is I'm making a full 3D animation, like, for Undertale, just because I like it that much. I've been working on it for a while now, and it's slowly getting to the point where I can actually just do the animation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get 2 videos that are really short that explain everything in terms of like the progress and stuff like that, and then I'm going to go back to working, of course. But I'm just gonna, there we go. Just gonna pull these up and make sure they're the right ones.
This is a...
Yeah, there we go. There's that one. And then we'll just do that one. Okay. Right, so I just need to, 1, get these in the right place, and then 2, make sure that I don't stream anything that I'm not meant to, like, for instance, my YouTube password thing that allows me to stream. So what I'll do is get rid of Asriel for a sec. Do this, and go, bang, okay. And then do, where's Spotify? Turn Spotify off for a sec. Okay. I actually go all the way back to the beginning of that playlist. Okay. Right, so I'm going to be playing this now. These are two videos that I'm going to show off, and one is sort of like how we got to this point where it details a load of the different things like community and stuff. But I'll show you the other thing first, the crazy trailer thing that I came up with like a month ago or something. So here we go.
Immersiontale, a full 3D animated movie of Undertale's true pacifist run, featuring a little bit of an AU twist. I've been working on this project for a little over a year at this point, mapping out all of the underground in 3D down to its smallest details and slowly getting actors to fill the roles. Here's a quick peek at what it all looks like so far.
Ow! I'm alive? I'm alive!
You idiot! In this world, it's kill or be killed!
Yo, you're a kid too, right? I can tell because you're wearing a striped shirt.
Everyone is always laughing and cracking jokes, trying to pretend our modern crises.
Did you hear what they just said? They said a human wearing a striped shirt will come through. I heard that they hate spiders.
Hi, I'm Tammy, and this my friend, Tammy.
face the greatest challenge of your entire journey. Your actions here will determine the fate of the entire world. If you refuse to fight, Asgore will take your soul and destroy humanity. But if you kill Asgore and go home, monsters will remain trapped underground. What will you do? Well, if I were you, I would have thrown in the towel by now.
It's okay, it's fine. It's fine, it's okay. It's no problem. Just ignore that. You mute! So yeah. That some of this is old now. I'm gonna explain what's old and what isn't. Like for instance, the Frisk model is obviously staying. All have fallen down, or rather the bit in the ruins at the beginning, that's all gone. That is all new, and you've seen me work on it on stream before. It does not look like this. This looks terrible compared to what I actually have now. Where is it? Grillby's is being redone. That's like one of the last things I need to do inside of Grillby's. All of Toriel's, where is it? All of Toriel's got replaced really early on. Waterfall has been redone. This was like a really early version of Waterfall. Nothing in the True Lab has been touched because the True Lab was pretty good. This Snowdin that was shown off, that's the old version of Snowdin, the terrible version. That is the one that ran at like 2 frames per second. That's not being shown off anymore. The new one will be tons better. It already is. The Papyrus and Sans models, those are final. Those aren't being replaced. This is the new version of the runes being shown off, but because it's been through YouTube compression so many times, it looks like ass. This is inside of Toriel's house, that's final. The end of the ruins that leads to Snowdin, with Toriel's model being final. This version of Flowey, that's a really old version of Flowey, I've actually modified that since. The new version of Flowey looks a lot better. Again, Old Snowdin. Old Snowdin looks terrible because you can't see that far because I was trying to cover up all of the different like little things that I was doing to try and not have to render everything in the background. But now I'm rendering everything in the background. So this is the entrance to Waterfall that we're trying to get to by linking it to Snowdin. That's cool. That's new Waterfall that looks fantastic compared to the old version of Waterfall. Hotland is now done. This technically is an old version of Hotland from like a year ago. The newer version of Hotland looks so much better, and is actually complete. It has like all of the different details in and different rock formations and things like that. This is where is it? This is a very, very old version of the resort. The new resort just looks a lot better in terms of like the way that it's lit and everything else. There's the new one has extra lights on the top here that like pan left and right to make it look a little bit like a casino or something. You know, it gives it a little bit more interesting lighting. And there's also other bigger lighting that hits it from the front to light it up a little bit more. There's also a lot more foliage, and Catty and Bratty's place is stuck on the side as well. There's a lot of like really cool additions to that. Let's see what we got here. New Home was upgraded. The lighting was redone slightly. It ran like ass originally when I did this version of it. It runs a lot better. If you remember rightly, we redid on stream. We redid the Judgment Hall completely, and also the inside of the castle as well. We redid. Where is it? We redid the throne room here. Relit that. So all of this is old now. And when I tell you it looks like ass compared to the new version, I'm not even exaggerating. So that's crazy. Um, but the one thing, the one video that I keep coming back to because I don't want to play like the ancient trailer now because like a lot of the stuff is from like in the original trailers from like going on. I could have say more than a year ago now. The newest the newer stuff is fantastic, but the only other video that I want to show is magical to me at least, and that's because it's featuring a lot of the community, and basically it's going over like all of the interactions with the community and each event as I built it up to the next update. Like for instance, if you've only just found this YouTube channel, you won't know about the previous updates that I've been dropping where I've been essentially redoing the entire underground because I started off by just making this as a tiny animation from like Gmod assets, and then over like the year that I've been making this, I've been getting different assets, new characters, remaking things to make them look a lot better, or with people's feedback. A lot of this has been like basically through people from like VR chat helping me with like either doing the voices or helping out with different modeling and things like that, or pointing me in the right direction to people who will help. So this one in particular, I like this video because it's nice. It shows the community coming together to help me. So I'm just gonna leave this one, and then I'll get back to work. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this because this one by far is my favorite, and I'm hoping the new video that I will do, like the new update when all of this is done, and I've done new animation to show off the enhancements and the leaping quality overall. Once that's done and I drop that, hopefully this video will then be kind of like the rest where it gets remembered, but it won't be as good as the new stuff, because the new stuff is going to be absolutely nuts. Anyway, hope you enjoy this, and I'm going to mute myself again. So this again is the community involvement, and it's all about the community.
So recently I've been trying to branch out into other areas to show off content, and obviously with me doing my Undertale animation and messing around a lot in VR chat and working with some people from VR chat on the animation, I decided that I would try and secure a place in the Undernet hub. I mentioned that I was going to have like a crossover or something with them to try and get my content in here, or at least seen by people, and yeah, it happened. So at the moment, with the new update to the Undernet hub, what we do have is the Immersiontale posters in here. But yeah, I didn't expect this level of support, and then it got a bit crazy.
3, 2, 1. Ow! I'm alive? I'm alive!
You would be dead where you stand.
Oh
Hey,
my
why'd the
god.
water face?
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
But yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. This is gonna be great.
So it was around this time that I managed to get lucky and got the Mad Mew Mew model here from Unidelta from the Undernet hub. This is another one of those models that has specifically been erased from the internet, so it's really hard to find, so I'm really happy to get another character to animate here to kind of fill out the cast a little bit more.
Ow! I'm alive? I'm alive!
Yo, you're a kid too, right? I can tell because you're wearing a striped shirt.
Everyone is always laughing and cracking jokes, trying to forget our modern crises. Dreariness, crowding, lack of sunlight. I would join them, but I'm just not very funny. At least, I'm not making puns. See me, see me. Si fa, so mi, re.
Did you hear what they just said? They said a human wearing a striped shirt will come through. I heard that they hate spiders.
You idiot! In this world, it's kill or be killed!
You're about to face the greatest challenge of your entire journey. Your actions here will determine the fate of the entire world. If you refuse to fight, Asgore will take your soul and destroy humanity. But if you kill Asgore and go home, monsters will remain trapped underground. What will you do? Well, if I were you, I would have thrown in the towel by now. But you didn't get this far by giving up, did you?
I say, just make it as simple as possible. Stop overthinking it.
What's wrong? Tell me right now. Tell me right now. What is wrong? I think that's cool. Why you? I can fucking do Western.
There's too much work. There's too much work. Why do you do this?
It's all good.
How do you work this hard? How do you have the motivation? I'm jealous.
This entire this entire update was done in like 7 days.
Determination is the key.
I can tell. Holy shit.
Looks so good.
This?
Yeah. Crap, I made myself.
It was so Disneyland. I love it. Looks.
I can't clap. Oh no.
Bright new future. Almost. Man. I know like that.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness
way.
gracious!
Holy, ain't no way. Ain't no monkey.
Oh my god!
Holy,
I can
holy
just
shit!
I sound.
Oh mama!
There's nobody around.
Napsons.
Luke.
Napsons.
Oh my god.
Fucking cool as hell.
All of this runs in real time as well.
Holy shit, this is fucking amazing!
Moody, you did such an amazing job. I love
It's
it.
not over.
Shut up and take my money! I'd pay to watch this!
So yeah, I like the I like that video because it just shows off like all the events and everything, and not only that, but it shows off the community just getting involved and having so much fun. So yeah, it's gonna be real fun when I put out this next update. Like the next update is hopefully gonna take what you just saw and like dial it up to 11 more or less with the amount of content that I'm putting into it. Cycles does look better with how big your project is and you take a ton of time to make it. Isn't it worth the extra render time? Not to me. Like, I'm thinking about it in terms of like, I want to get this done within the next 2 years, hopefully. I don't want it to go on for so long because it's not fair on my family. And to be honest, I like Eevee. It's like I like messing around with it and trying to get the most out of it. It's just nice. You know, I'm used to stuff like Unreal and like Halo's engines previously. So just like trying to max out Eevee and make it look the best it possibly can. I like that, you know. It's something where I've got used to it over time, and like messing around with it and stuff is not as bad as say waiting like a million years for cycles to render. You know, plus the whole thing of like with cycles, you obviously have to run denoise passes on it and things to avoid all the noise and stuff like that. I honestly don't know how long it would take to render with cycles. You know, it's a fair point saying it probably will look a hell of a lot better because everything would be a lot more accurate and probably have a lot less issues. Especially like, for instance, I wouldn't have to try and make workarounds for things like lights coming through stained glass in New Home, because I know that's one thing that I'm having trouble with at the moment, is that just isn't possible in Eevee, of the current version anyway, which is, it's kind of a bummer, but at the same time, it's like such a small detail. The thing is, it's like, I like trying to work within the limitations that Eevee sets, because it's just nice for me. It's comfortable, I can just jump in and do stuff like this, and it's fine. You know, it's no big deal to me. I can get a lot of progress done compared to, like, sitting in cycles for a million years waiting for one scene to render. Let's see, Damon says, it's looking great so far. Gonna head to bed, man. Hope you have a good night. Thank you very much, Damon. How far are we away from the next update do you think we are? So, I mentioned this the other day, and this was mainly on, I think it was the Undernet Discord, so people that aren't there won't know, so I'll mention it now. What I'm thinking at the moment is it's looking more like this update might drop in the new year, rather than at the end of the year. And the simple fact of that, and the reason why, is as follows. It comes down to, I'm running so close to the time limit already, trying to get Snowdin redone, that by the time I get Snowdin redone, I'm then going to have to obviously speedrun the connecting bridge for the resort and the core. And while it's not as big an area, it's still going to require a lot of attention. And then, of course, I have to do all of the animating on top of that, because it's just me doing this entire thing, really. So it's probably going to be the beginning of next year, like January, when I drop this thing. How did Sonic Mania start playing? I just started doing that. I had Sonic Mania running in the background because it would be better than like constantly repeating the Undertale soundtrack. But yeah, it's close. What I wanted, ideally and originally, was I wanted the update to drop at the end of this year, because I thought it would be very nice to kind of have it be an end of the year special kind of thing, to celebrate the new year by being like, okay, this new year we're going into just animation. But this update, man, it's that massive. But yeah, it's nuts. I'm gonna say man, I'm not pinpointing anyone in particular. It's just a general thing that I do. It's a tick. I say like man, dude, whatever all the time. But yeah, it's like, add subsurface scattering to the snow. I probably will do at some point. But yeah, I like in terms of like the rendering time, I like the short rendering times. I've just got addicted to those. I just like being able to click and go. But yeah, no, the one thing that's annoyed me more than anything at the moment is just the fact that I wanted to hit the end of the year, and I'm still trying to, but trying to hit it while also doing everything is nuts. Like, I said I wanted to do like 60 shots, and out of those 60, I think I've done like 15. So it's a lot. The idea being that, and I've said this a lot, in previous updates. Everything you saw previously, just like all the areas, the characters and stuff, a lot of that, unless I've said it's new, is old. It's old audio, it's old areas that don't have decent lighting, or maybe don't have different new effects on them, or maybe the areas just got rebuilt for the sake of it to match up with everything else. What I'm dropping in the new update is essentially everything looking the same in terms of quality. So, like, for instance, you're looking at Snowden coming along now and being like, okay, that doesn't look too bad, or this looks pretty good. Everything is looking this quality now, or better, in certain areas of the underground. So, yeah, it's pretty nuts. And then, of course, on top of that, I've been waiting for the voice lines to come in from certain characters, and that takes time when people obviously have their own lives. And then the other one has been commissioning people to do characters, where I've been going and approaching character artists and being like, I need this, can you do this for me? Okay, I need this, can you do this? Oh, so waiting on those has been interesting. I've got a lot of the stuff, like, if you saw the earlier videos for the project, like when I was asking for certain key characters, almost all of those I've got now. I'm trying to think which ones I mentioned really early on, but like a lot of the characters now I actually have that a lot of other 3D projects have never had, you know, so it's great to be able to then turn around and be like, okay, all I need is voices for these characters. That's one thing I need to do, is actually put out an audition sort of thing for those characters now, and get all of them voiced and animated, because all of that has to go in this new trailer and the new update, because the idea is I want to do the trailer alongside the update, so it's kind of like a 1-2 punch kind of thing, but also the update's going to have the behind the scenes, the progress update, where it's like comparing everything, and it's massive. Like, the entire thing is massive. Essentially, it's like me not exactly restarting the project and being like, okay, so here's what I'm doing. It's more like, so you've seen this before, you've been familiar with it for like the past year. What happens if I just take all of that, put it in the bin, and just be like, here you go, here's the new stuff. Oh, the effects work as well, because I was looking at effects and stuff and doing those. Oh, that's nuts. Like, the effects themselves are great too. Like, it's so good. It's so good. I can't wait. I get myself hyped just thinking about it. Let's see. I'm trying to use cycles for my stuff. Yeah, I know at least one person that uses cycles properly, like, is really good at it. It just takes a while for them to render stuff. I receive voice actors. You receive... Trade offer. New content. That's fair. Welcome back, Albert. But yeah, it's... like... the easiest way to describe, like, the effects and stuff, the upgrades to those, is, like, if you ever saw me using, like, the old particle card style effect from, like, really old video games to do Toriel's fireballs, you know, that she throws, that's gone out the window. I'm using, like, proper, like, rendered stuff from Marketplace and stuff now that looks so much better. Like, with the effects themselves, I spent, like, quite a bit of money on just, like, making those look a lot better. It's nuts. It's like, I'm gonna get this looking the best that I can with what I've got. Oh, so... all these snow dunes, man. Nuts. I don't use it properly. I suck at Blender so far. I've literally started like a few days ago. Volumetric fire. The fire that I'm using in particular, let me just check it. Let's see. Categories, I think modifier setups or add-ons. Let's just try add-ons. Fire. Try to remember, because I've gone through so many effects packs and stuff to try and get the right looking things. That reminds me, I need to use mesh trails for Undyne stuff. Ignite FX. No. Explosion generator. I can always use that, I suppose. That would be pretty cool. I'll check that out later. I need to do dynamic water as well, because I need to redo Onion Sand's demo that we did a while back to have the water dynamically react to them. Magic pack. Let's have a look at that one. I'm trying to figure it out, because there's a pack that I used that has like really good fire in it. I just can't find it at the moment. Yeah, the stuff that I'm using has 3D volume to it, yeah. Compared to the old stuff. Like, the old stuff is literally particle cards. And I was going crazy using particle cards to try and cover up the fact that it was particle cards. I was like, yeah, I can try and get this done. I don't know how to make this stuff properly in Blender. I'm sure somebody can do it better than me, so I'll just do it this way and see how it works. It worked kind of okay, but you can tell it's not like the best. And then yeah, using like proper stuff now is just insane. Oop. Not so sure about that though. Let's just like remove that. That's built up pretty nicely, that area now, which is what I wanted to do. And then let's see about this area. This area has hardly any bushes, hardly any rocks, but it's not too bad. There's all the snow puffs and everything. Don't think I should put any crystals in it because it doesn't really need it. What are particle cards? Particle cards are basically like, I can show it in here. So imagine like I'm doing this, right? And I want to make this look like it's fire or whatever. For me, particle cards, I describe them as being like, I put a fire texture on that. And then I'll just be like, mess around with the particle system. And then just be like, lifetime 1, rotation, randomize phase, randomize dynamic, velocity, blah, blah, blah. And then we just go like, force field? No, field weights, gravity, 0.1 maybe. Oh, it's added it to there instead. Take that off there and put it on the... Literally, it's just like that. Lifetime is 50, so it'd be like that, and then I just attach a load of like fire to that and give it a glow as well. So that would be an easy way of doing it. It's a very simple version of it, but like you can use it in like really old video games, like Doom and stuff. But then we could just take that and just be like, yeah, okay, we'll just bump that up to about 5. And then if I wanted to, we can do the plane, and we'll just do the plane like that. And then just do that as a material. Take this, just hook it up real quick to just render object. And then we can do scale that, set up the object to there, and then just go like scale 1, and we can just have that randomized 0.5 maybe. And then that's kind of how I would do fire, but instead like for a fireball in somebody's hand, we'd have a mess around and start doing this kind of thing where we play around with the gravity. So it'd be like, okay, let's see, it's got gravity, so maybe we put it like 0.1. So it goes like this, or maybe if it's in somebody's hand, we maybe then start spitting it out at this kind of angle. And then we maybe scale it up to like 5 or something. No, not 85. We do this, so it kind of covers up the geometry. Maybe we randomize the rotation a little bit, make it dynamic, and then we pop the number up to like 2000 to cover that up, so it looks a little bit more like a glowing thing, and then we can do that. That's like the basic primitive for what I'd do previously for this kind of thing, but the new stuff just looks so much better. But I have this feeling volumetric is better. Yeah, volumetric is better. The new stuff is just a lot better, but I'm not showing that off. The new stuff is just nuts in terms of like how much better it looks. That's just like an example. Like the new stuff is using volumes and things like that to generate it. The quality is a lot higher than that. Oh, this is just cool. Like from here, if I wanted to, I can just delete like the back of Snowden here and just like not realize that all of this is visible. Oh, by the way, memes. What aren't you showing off? So can you show it so we know what's anticipated? No. I'm not showing off all the new effects and new stuff. That's what I'm going over. Like memes, because I talked to you about this. Is this all right for like going slowly down on a decline? Because I talked to you about this for like Snowden. Snowden starts like really high off there, and then goes down. The best part about it is like areas like where the dog couple are around here. I think it is. It's either around there or... Oh, here we go. Like around here, you can see where I've been like, okay, it's supposed to go down, but if I raise it a little bit and then have it like joined on with snowbanks there, then we got a little bit of variation that looks kind of nice. And then we keep going down like this. I thought that looked pretty cool, especially with like all the shaders on and everything. And then we got to this bit. It just makes it look real nice and a little bit more natural and a lot better than the previous version. I also like the way that we can just go from like one end to the other now without it stuttering at like 2 frames per second. What's the OST called? I think it's the Sonic Mania one. Hang on. Oh no, now this... Oh god. The hell, that one's Tomodachi Life apparently? Even though I had the Sonic Mania tracks on, I don't know why Spotify's just started doing that. In before Nintendo come for my channel, because I touched one thing, as in like just a little bit of music. So now then, that means that we're almost at town. Don't question our AI overlords and their decisions. Oh, Nintendo, man, I hate them. I hate them so much. And it's crazy because I don't normally outwardly be like, oh, I just hate a specific company or person or whatever. But in Nintendo's case, it's like, no, I just hate Nintendo. Just because of how they do business, it's just bad. Really bad. Let's just... I know some people use this as like a rope bridge, but I'm going to use the same bridge from the beginning. Always look at the playlist. They might have some random video in there for next to no reason. Yeah, I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. I got rid of... YouTube stuff playing in the background and instead just did Spotify because like YouTube was basically doxing me. Like I don't know whether anyone's actually heard about that yet, but the new targeted adverts, or rather just adverts in general, the new Uber one actually can dox you on stream. What it does is it geolocates you based on like either data from your computer or your IP or whatever. And then you can be streaming and all of a sudden it'll just be like, so anyway, this is your location. Get an Uber now, and then the advert goes off. It's like, are you kidding me? You just doxed me? No, I think they probably will not deal with that because it's the whole deal with them turning around and being like, you can buy YouTube Premium and it'll go away. It's like, but I don't want YouTube Premium. I just want you to stop doxing me on stream. that would be nice. So yeah. I don't know if anyone's seen or heard of that yet, but basically that's the new Uber advert. Like, the worst part is, if it doesn't do it like that, it also does it another way where there's two different variations of it. And another one is, especially over here in the UK, it shows 3 women stumbling home after a night out that are drunk, and it mentions something about your location, like where you are. Like, for instance, I'm not going to mention particularly where I live, but it'll mention something about up north, and I'm like, wait, what? And then it will deliberately actually say, like, your nearest Uber is so many minutes away from you from this location. I'm like, what now? And it's funny because I've never used an Uber before, so I don't know why I've just started getting those adverts, because I own a car, so I don't need an Uber. No, so it's just like, what? So it's crazy. I don't like it, and it's why I'm not running YouTube in the background for music at the moment. You know, because I don't want to get doxxed. Because it's like, obviously nobody wants the location known to the entire world on stream. You know, but like, jeez. I was going to do a separate video about it. I might do at some point, but it's just, I don't know whether it's just the UK or not, you know, at the moment. But it's going to be interesting to see if any big YouTubers end up covering it, primarily just because of the simple fact of I don't know whether it's the currently in the know about it, you know, in terms of like they've had it happen to them or not. I'm wondering whether I should make this bridge bigger. Because it looks pretty big there, right? And I know it's a road bridge, but instead we can keep it as this kind of thing. But yeah, I think I just do like another one of those instead. We just do this. We just go. Did you use YouTube before in the previous stream? Yeah, I used YouTube up until the other day in all of streams in the background. But I did not get doxxed through YouTube, thankfully. What happened was, before I went on stream that night, what happened was my wife had it happen. That's how I know about it, because my wife was listening to YouTube, and she had it on in the background, and then next moment it just like blurts out our location to her, and then she came down and was like, dude, just letting you know, if you stream, you might get doxxed. And I'm like, wait, what? She's like, yeah, so anyway, there's this new Uber advert. I was like, I'm gonna check that out, you know. And the next moment, I have it happen to me like 3 times, I think it was. A bored person says, oh, this looks cool. Thank you very much. So yeah, if you're not familiar, I'm making the entirety of Undertale as a movie. Doodle-doo-doo. Now I just need to make the final section. So I need to place all these buildings in the correct areas, and then I can get rid of that now, because these are all old rock formations. Don't need them. Have I still got waterfalls scenery in here? Yes, I have the cave entrance, but I don't have waterfall in here, I think. New waterfall geometry? What is that? Let's have a look. I know I have the waterfalls there. That's fine. I don't think I have Waterfall EX in here, which is the new stuff. I need to actually bring that in and link it up properly. But yeah, now I can actually say I'm at Snowdon. I just need to bring in this stuff. This is like all the new models that I've done. I'm not going to show them off properly. Like here, I'm just going to show them a little bits of the detail. With the textures, it obviously looks a lot better, but we got like the library, we got the skeleton house, the shed, the ice wolf bit, all these houses, the inn and the shop, and then on top of it they have like snow and stuff. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait though. So happy to get up to the. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. And then I'm going to end it there for tonight. And then when I pick up with this, either tomorrow or during the week, we'll be actually doing Snowed in Town. So I'm just going to be like getting Snowed in Town in the right places and making it. Let's see. Bill Matato Jr. says it looks like all the soul colors. Lots of hearts. So I reminded myself of those posts editing Toby Fox's words, and others just straight up replaced them instead. Of course, just something made my mind come up with that. We are proud to announce that we will be shattering Undertale across time and space. Also, cool thing, mate. Have a nice evening. Okay, so yeah, thank you very much, and I hope you've enjoyed. I have enjoyed your company as well. It's made everything a lot more fun. So yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, bye!